Hey, what's up, Pisces? Welcome back to another timeless general tarot reading. I've been doing something a little different in this cycle now that I've got a few spare decks, and I've been using the anime tarot deck to pull forth a core energy and then clarify using the other decks. So, first things first, let's get a core energy here for your tarot reading. Nothing clear wants to come out at the moment here for you, actually. Nothing off the top. I guess this wants to come out. Okay, so, alright, so for core energy for the reading, we've got the Three of Swords. So as a core energy has a lot of connotations. It's the card that I've come to have a secondary belief in compared to the mainstream. The mainstream suggests this energy is just about heartbreak, and that can be implicated in the context of the energy, but more specifically, something that this card is calling you to do is some mind over heart, some not letting ridiculous behaviors not serve you. And the idea is that there is some abundance if you can manage to do that. Material abundance, interpersonally, stability. Finding that stability, part of that has to do with not letting your heart lead you ill, which it can do if you're feeling the wrong things. And that makes it difficult to reach this Ten of Pentacles stability typically, because you're unstable. So it's very interesting that that has emerged. But once again, it's more of a good sign to what I was suggesting, where you are gaining some strength by not feeling very lazily. Would be the best way I could describe that. So I'm trying to get another clarifier here out of the traditional AE weight tarot, but I'm looking for a clear sign for the second clarifier. If I can get a clear sign, please, for the second. Okay, so Queen of Cups, very stabilized heart. Somebody who can handle this Three of Swords space. Somebody who's natural to rectifying those trickier emotions. So a great, plus Queen of Cups is water energy. So it's a great quality here. And it's, once again, this Queen of Cups finds a lot of comfort in a lot of spiritual well-being in this Ten of Pentacles stability. But getting to those energies of stability is about, to a certain extent, making sure that you are checking your heart with your head, and that you are not letting your heart mislead you. Some people will say that feeling and doing whatever they feel like is per ultimate, but there are times where it actually doesn't serve you as much as it should be on a more quantitative level. And part of identifying where that snag is using the head using your mentalism and your rationality to understand that just because something is feeling correct doesn't mean it is correct. So a lot of energy about stabilizing your heart space properly and emerging from that stabilized heart space with the capacity to actually reach these states of abundance, which is very good to see. So I'm trying to get a final. Okay, here we go. So third and final secondary energy, we've got Knight of Wands in reverse, unfortunately. So now we're looking at energy that's like, this may be the energy that the heartbreak is about, so to speak. This may be the energy that is throwing off the heart. So I see this more as a warning, really, that somebody who has kind of a jerk energy, kind of like a reckless, I hate to say bad boy energy, but that's really what's picking up here. That might be somebody who could throw your heart off. And this is sort of a sign that you need to make sure that, you know, if you want to reach these forms of stability, this kind of energy distracting you is only going to delay the process. Disappointing that this person can't help you more in your abundance, but part of why they can't is because they are disrupting your heart space. And a Queen of Cups has a tendency to be misled by their emotions anyway, so a prime target for being emotionally manipulated, which is where taking a different consideration on why your heart feels like this is what's kind of being considered here for your abundance. So very interesting. All right, so now we're looking at the third level of clarifications. So let's take a look at let's just start with Ten of Pentacles, no problem. So a little bit of a warning here, definitely, but also very good quality of stability here, if you can find the stabilization. So these are very good for the Ten of Swords, or for the Ten of Pentacles. I know these are showing up a little strange here. So first off, you've got the Ace of Swords, and then following that, you've got the Judgment card. Once again, once you start stabilizing yourself from a mental position, and once you start using your mentalism and your reason, rationality to start serving you differently, once you take initiative to grow in that regard, it does a number on your ability to take proper judgment, and in a good way. Your judgment is more on point, and when that judgment is on point, that is when you can achieve this Ten of Pentacles stability, when everything's actually coming together for you, and that abundance is manifesting into reality. But it's not done by feeling however you want. It's done by using your mentalism to its strength. And part of what that is for is judging when the heart is being misled. You know, by energy, unfortunately, that has a way of inspiring the heart to a certain feeling. It's very good energy for being able to, it's very good energy about, you know, what it will take to get to this Ten of Pentacles stability. And a lot of it is coming down to emotional capacity, quality of emotionality, not just feeling the depths of whatever you're feeling and letting that kind of dictate who you are. So very interesting for sure. And a Queen of Cups energy here that is very versed in acting like that, so it's a part of their nature in the first place, is sifting through those emotions, because they can't reach the throne without, typically they can't reach the throne without sorting out how to deal with that. So that's definitely interesting. Okay, so the final clarifier for Ten of Pentacles, we've got Seven of Wands. There will be new work from this success. You will have to face new confliction along the way. It's not like there's never a point where you get to be completely done aspiring for this Ten of Pentacles, sort of. It's like there's always more than you're expecting. So once not losing your heart space, not losing this momentum just because there's obstacles is also a piece of this puzzle. It's a part of what's being suggested here for retaining this Ten of Pentacles stability. Pretty cool that you're in this position. So Queen of Cups. First clarifier is the Eight of Cups in reverse. A little disappointing. The Eight of Cups reversed. More water energy. The moon is on it, which is Pisces energy. it's sort of a sign of disappointment. Disappointment in, not even disappointment, but once again, just as I was speaking to this, every once in a while there's this emotional capacity. Dang, and Four of Swords reversed. Every once in a while there's an emotional capacity that allows this type of energy to be misled, that allows this type of energy to be emotionally manipulated, because their feelings can become inspired. And in that event, if those feelings can be inspired in that fashion, there can be a loss of ability to apply judgment properly. And in this instance, what we're seeing is something that would be even better. There would be an even better choice, so there would be an even better bar to settle for in life. But for some reason, there is a self-sabotaging characteristic here on going down that route, because the individual is, for some reason, being misled by their emotions. That's causing them to not take the path forward. It's a form of paralysis. Whoever has their emotions influenced has them misaligned onto what is good for them, what is best for them, and they've got them sort of self-resisting this difference made, even though it's suggesting here that that difference is important for them. And even in this emotional state, when it's like this, they are incapable of considering the future properly, because once again their emotions have been dissociated. So when their emotions are dissociated like that, they're more manipulable, they're more influenceable, and the influence is even extending into their ability to see what's good for them in the future, which is why they're in the Eight of Cups energy. Very strange energy to be coming out for this Queen of Cups. She, once again, it keeps coming back to this Knight of Wands energy, that it's very likely some kind of relationship. And here we even have the Page of Cups in reverse. Whenever this queen falls into this type of energy of being emotionally manipulated, she actually is in a devolution. She loses part of her capacity. And that is not what helps to keep the stability in place. And it's abandoning this judgment, this Ace of Swords, head over heart capacity, for sort of a roller coaster ride of emotionality. And a lot of it is like very manipulative too. So it's very weird how this manipulative energy can turn around this quality like this, but that's the energy here. This Queen of Cups energy is definitely, I would say on one hand, very stable, but then in just the right situation, in terms of emotions, they can be manipulated. And part of getting over that manipulation is this head over heart energy, but it really does look like the Queen of Cups has their moments where they do the right thing and then do the wrong thing, or the depth of feeling thing that doesn't actually serve them as much as it looks like it should. And that is, to a certain extent, definitely a devolution of energy from the Queen of Cups all the way down to the Page of Cups in the reverse. So it's a little disappointing. I'm going to try and grab this Knight of Wands. Oh, okay, so very first thing that wanted to come out very fast. Dang, very strange. So here we have Two of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Trying to figure out how to put these down here. A very interesting pair going on off the bat with, once again, it's toxic love, kind of. It's Knight of Cups, and now we have the Knight of Cups, so we're up from Page, Knight, and we've got Queen of Cups. So tons of cup water energy, but The indignant water energy has to do with this emotional manipulation. And it's kind of exactly as I was suggesting here. It's like there is some kind of energy. This toxic energy is bonded in love to this other toxic energy. But that is, it's diminishing this Queen of Cups' greatest potential, which is this Ten of Pentacles energy. And it's very strange because it's definitely just striking me as a toxic, being hot to a toxic person, basically, is really what this looks like. So the final card, Ten of Swords reversed. Wow. It's definitely a relationship that, I hate to say needs to come to an end, but there's signs here of you getting over this relationship, which is what it seems to be. There's also a sort of a sign here of a, well, it's got Two of Cups, so it's like maybe a sign of don't get hurt first, because this person, this energy is very inevitable. It's inevitable they're going to hurt you in some way because of how they're manipulating you, even though the love is working or whatever. But I would definitely say this toxic energy is your greatest hurdle, because it definitely rends your typical ability to take the proper initiative in your life, and it definitely takes away your internal capacity to do what's better for you in the long run, in your forethought in your future. And it makes you, it turns you into this very emotionally manipulable energy. And the worst part about that, of course, is always whenever you like being treated like that. So you are a Queen of Cups in the upright. It could just be that you are fine being treated like this, but the energy is suggesting that that is, of course, not how you gain your stability. So don't overdo it, so to speak. It's not good for your future progress. It's not exactly your better side, letting yourself be manipulated, especially by somebody who's like probably gonna hurt you. It looks like, or somebody who's not maybe not gonna hurt you hard, but like somebody who's just not gonna really consider you the whole time at the end of the day. So it's very disappointing, a manipulator, but somebody with the energy to be very attractive in that manipulation. So disappointing, but you have the potential to stabilize yourself, so maybe you're used to dealing with this, but I would rather you not have to deal with the Ten of Swords in reverse, and you can get over that by really considering how good this is for you, and by really considering what it takes away from you. So I guess it's up to you what you want to feel about this and what you want to do about it. It's definitely very interesting, though. So I think I'm going to call it. Thank you very much for being here, Pisces. Take care and good luck.